everybody, and welcome to Attaché, the show that gets you in, out, and around some of the world's greatest cities. My name's Alex Hunter, and I'll be your Sherpa on this international adventure as we explore Dubai. This is a place that, on paper, seems impossible. Just 25 years ago, Dubai was a desert outpost, a refueling stop for flights from Europe to the Far East. But now look at it, the place has erupted into a regional and international powerhouse on every level. There are skyscrapers everywhere. There are 5, 6, even a 7-star hotel. There are malls. The infrastructure, transport is all world class. This is a place that defies reality. Travel and transport are huge components of Dubai's economy, with the airport alone making up 27% of its GDP. So it's no surprise that the airport is really representative of Dubai's go big or go home attitude. The third busiest airport in the world. This terminal that we're in right now, Terminal 3, was the single largest building on the planet when it was completed in 2008. They do not half-ass things here in Dubai. But the airport isn't just huge, it's also world famous for its amenities. The duty-free shopping area is the single largest airport retail operation in the entire world. There's also games rooms, a swimming pool, and 3 hotels just in the transit area alone. So you can see why this airport is so popular for layovers and connections. There's a few ways to get into town from the airport. One of the most popular ways is a taxi. You can grab a taxi 24 hours a day right in front of the airport, and it'll take you into town in about 18 to 40 minutes, depending on traffic and how far you're going. The taxis are metered, and they'll start at 25 dirhams, that's an airport fee, and the cost will be about 50 to 80 dirhams, depending on where in Dubai you're going. This is a city that has spared no expense on its infrastructure, or anything else for that matter. It has a top-notch metro system, trams, taxis, buses, water buses, and even a monorail. Before you use any of Dubai's public transport services, it's worth getting one of these, a Null card, Dubai's public transit payment system. Now you can pick up a bunch of different cards, but I'd recommend the silver, which costs 25 dirhams, and that includes 19 dirhams of credit. You can get them at any metro station, and you can use them on buses, metro, tram, water taxis. And the important thing to remember is that you can't use cash on any of those services, so it's really worth getting one of these. Dubai's metro system runs the length of the city and covers most business and tourism destinations. There are 2 lines on the metro, the red, which stretches from the airport to Jebel Ali in the south, and the green, which crisscrosses the city. One weird anomaly about the metro is for some reason it doesn't run on Friday morning, so bear that in mind as you plan your day's adventures. Uber operates throughout the city and cars seem widely available. The price is comparable to taxis, so really the only difference is convenience. But if you find yourself in old Dubai, and I strongly recommend that you do, and you need to get from one side of the creek to the other, the best way to do it is the water buses, the water taxis. Jump on, enjoy the view, get a breath of fresh air. It's a great way to see old Dubai. Now, Arabic is not an easy language to learn, but I have a solution for you. Visit our friends over at italki, buy 1 Arabic lesson, and you'll get another absolutely free. Just click on the link in the show notes below for all the details. This is a city where you can indulge in the finest French cuisine, sample the latest in molecular gastronomy, or figure out what the hell Heston Blumenthal has been creating lately. On the other end of the spectrum, you can curl up in the warm, comforting bosom of Applebee's and TGI Fridays. But you can do that in any city. Sure, it's great to have a wide selection of food, and I don't think anywhere in the world can top Dubai for that, but part of what we want to do on this show is highlight what's unique about a city. And I think the best way to do that is through its food and its food culture. And we have found somebody to take us on a journey through all of what Dubai's food has to offer. So I am so glad that we had this opportunity to hang out with Arva, who runs not only the best food blog in Dubai by a country mile, but Frying Pan Adventures, which is a, well, why don't you tell us what it is? Because it sounds amazing. Like, it's basically an eating tour, which is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, so essentially it's a food tour. We take people from restaurant to restaurant, sampling different dishes. But then we realized that food is actually a way of opening up so many different cultures, all of the different kinds of cultures that have made Dubai their home. I mean, it's when you say a melting pot, the only way that I think you can taste that melting pot is if you actually stretch your hand out and dip it into some of old Dubai.
Because Dubai is sort of an extraordinary amalgamation of culture, kind of either new arrivals or pan generations.
Right.
And they all seem to have brought elements of their food culture with them. So you have this extraordinary mix. When you say you bring people to this part of town, where are we? What is this?
Sure. So this is one of the many restaurants that we feature across our experiences. It's called Beit Al Kadim, which means the old house. And the restaurant itself is actually not that old, but what it's built on is over a century old.
Amazing.
So he's making regard right now, which is from the word rakka, which means really thin.
Really thin, okay.
Yeah, and this would have been the natural way of making bread from ancient times, because if you didn't have an oven, which likely in places like the desert you wouldn't,
No.
If you didn't have yeast, this is the kind of really thin cracker-like bread you would make. And it's very Iranian, this thing, so it's become a part of the local culture.
Beautiful.
After sampling the delights of one of the oldest restaurants in town, Arva took us further into Old Dubai, where we experienced flavors and foods often overlooked by tourists, including a breakfast roll garnished with none other than special potato chips from Oman. It's a favorite of Arva's and now ours.
Basically the perfect breakfast.
And just when we thought our gastronomic journey was coming to an end, Arva took us back to where our tour began for a classic Emirati dessert.
This looks beautiful. What is it?
Fried dough.
Yeah, right. Okay. That's all I need to know.
We call it logaimat. In Emirati lingo, it's logaimat from the word lukma, which just means small bites.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna I'll see you guys later. Despite being a pretty liberal place by regional standards, it's important to mention that Dubai follows Islamic Sharia law. Now, as we mentioned in previous episodes, it doesn't matter what you think about a country's customs or laws. As visitors, we have to be respectful and deferential of those laws. That's just part of being a good world citizen. Now, I'm not going to get into the fine print about the laws here, but it's absolutely worth you spending some time to familiarize yourself with them. Overt public displays of affection, drinking alcohol at the wrong place or the wrong time, even losing your temper can get you in a lot of trouble. But if you arrive here prepared and exercise just a little common sense, you're going to be fine. The UAE, including Dubai, use the dirham as its currency, and notes range from 5 to 1,000. ATMs are everywhere, and credit cards are widely accepted, but two things to note on that. A lot of the local restaurants, the smaller mom and pop shops, are almost always cash only, so make sure you have a few dirham in your pocket. Also, MasterCard and Visa, widely accepted. American Express, less so. And tipping, our good friend. It's actually relatively simple here. 10 to 15% on top of your restaurant bill is more than adequate if you've had a good experience. Round up to the nearest dirham in the taxi, and that's really about it. Dubai has some of the best shopping in the world. Every major brand from across the planet seems to be represented in many of its gigantic malls. And the best part about it, it's all tax and duty free, so you can get some incredible bargains here. Shopping is a great example of Dubai's go big or go home attitude. We're in the Dubai Mall, which is the largest shopping mall in the entire world. And to give you a sense of scale, I want you to think about every restaurant, shop, outlet in every mall you've ever been to in every country you've ever visited. Now go back through time and get every version of all of those shops that have ever existed, even the ones that are defunct, the Kenny Rogers Roasters, the Bob's Big Boy, whatever, and put them all in one place. That will probably get you the food court here at the Dubai Mall. That's the kind of scale that we're talking about. It has an aquarium. Want an ice rink? They got it. An actual ice rink in the middle of a shopping mall. But enough about that. What do things cost in Dubai? Let's do the rundown. A cup of coffee will cost you around 13 dirhams. A pint of beer will cost you around 20 dirhams. And for the most reliable indicator of a nation's cost, the good old Big Mac, you're going to pay about 13 dirhams, or around £2.35. Dubai is a city of contrast. Old and new, modern, traditional, fast and slow. But to me, true Dubai lies off the beaten path, away from the malls and Michelin stars. Down the alleyways, sat at the communal tables, you'll find the true spirit of Dubai. This is an exciting, industrious city that is building the future on the unshakable foundation of its past. And that, my friends, is the Attaché Guide to Dubai. If you've been here before and feel like there's something we've missed, or you live in this great city and feel like there's something that everybody needs to know, then leave it in the comments section below. But until next time, safe travels.
Thanks to our friends at Emirates for getting us to Dubai in style. Visit emirates.com for more.